Okay, welcome everybody to week number 6 Elite Bloonarius. We're playing on In the Loop, and I can tell you guys, this one was a little bit easier than the previous ones for sure. I don't know if it's the map or anything. I guess it's the map, right? It's a beginner map. It's a very long one. We have a very long time to think and to place our towers. And also we're going to be doing some fun things that I haven't done in previous rounds. Well, actually, it's only on the tier 2 Bloonarius and a little bit in the tier 1 Bloonarius especially. It's again, we had kind of a breakthrough, I guess, in our previous one where we used the 104 Ninja for the tier 1. So we're going to be using the 104 Ninja again for the tier 1 Bloonarius. But I think this was a perfect map to do something else, and that is to, well, you're going to see in a second. So this week the difference is that we don't have Benjamin. We usually have Benjamin, and that kind of enables us to farm a little bit quicker, but we have Oben. And so instead of, you know, having this farming hero, we're going to get the DPS hero. So it kind of works both ways, right? You can't have it all, but again, the DPS from Oben is nice. So we're starting off with Oben and the free Dark Monkey, and we have the Dark Monkey on last to fully use its spears. And I'm going for a 200 farm. Now, the thing that I'm going to do later on, again, this video is going to be sponsored by me being greedy, that's all. I'm going to do so many things, so I'm going to do a couple of things that you guys should absolutely not be doing, and you should not be this greedy. But I guess that shows that even if you don't farm as much as me, you're still going to be able to make it. So, starting off, you know, with this 200 farm and then getting another one. The setup is completely the same, but now something that you need to know about this round is that we're going to probably need the brambles on round 19 and 21. So we use it at the end of 18, and then we're going to have the cooldown up. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to buy one more 200 farm. So there we go. We use the brambles again on 21, and now we're going for a 003 Dark Monkey, which is going to obviously stay on last because we want to fully use that pierce. So now we're going for a village. You want to have the village as close to the right side of the track as possible. This is going to be a discount village as usual, as you would expect. Using the brambles again for those purple balloons just in case, and then placing the banana farmer so that we don't have to manually collect anymore. So the goal now is to get a bank. One of these farms is going to be upgraded to a bank. I'm upgrading it to 200. And again, if you guys need the brambles, we're just going to look at this red balloon. Just kind of get popped on the road spikes. But then, you know, if you need to use the brambles, just make sure to do so you can save lives. These past few seasons have had 50 lives. And for people that don't have, you know, the mana shield and the road spikes, these things are going to make a lot of difference, so make sure to be using your brambles to save some lives. So we upgraded one of the farms to the bank, so we have a 230 farm, that's the bank, and then we are going to have one more farm that's going to be going to 230 as well. And something else that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting ready for the tier 1 Bloonarius, and you're going to see how. It's a very cheap tower, it's a very inexpensive one, and that is this one. So after we've upgraded our second farm to 230, it's going to be the 230 attack shooter. And this thing can actually defend a lot because this is the kind of, well, maybe not the perfect map for it, but it's pretty damn good. So we have the 230 attack shooter currently on screen. We have Oben, a 003 Dark Monkey, which is on last. We have the two banks, which are 230, the 200 farm, which is going to become a 320. So make sure to upgrade the range on your village so that this third farm is in its range and you get the benefits from the discount. And after this, we are just kind of chilling. Now this thing, and I had to do a cutscene on it, and that is the thing that you're going to see in the bottom left corner, and that is another 200 farm, and that is something that you guys absolutely do not need to do. And I had to make a cutscene because I had to restart because I actually lost because of that small little greed of $2,000. So the next tower is going to be a 202 into a 204 Ninja, and I also upgraded the Dark Monkey to 023, and we have some camel balloons from 42, so save the brambles for that thing. Now this is how we beat this Bloonarius. We're going to beat it in a very simple but very organized way. And so the way we're going to do this is with this guy, the Sticky Bomb Ninja. So that thing is going to slowly, you know, take down the HP a bit by bit, and then whenever he releases a ceramic wave, we are going to be popping those ceramics with our 240. So the one that we placed, the 230, is going to get upgraded to 240, the stack shooter, and I just got a 310 alchemist to help him out. So this is very organized and a very cheap way to do this. And this is going to enable us to farm a lot in this mid game. So, you know, collecting from these banks, don't forget to collect from your banks, time your abilities, This is not hard to do, by the way, timing the abilities. Whenever the ceramics are near you, just click the button and that is going to be it. It's not even close, so don't worry about it. And then, you know, collecting from our banks, we are upgrading one of our farms to 420. So what we're going to be doing next is, after Bloonarius pops, I'm going to sell both of these guys. I'm going to get, so that's the texture and the alchemist. I got a 402 boomerang and I'm going to leave it like that. So the reason why I'm doing this is because we want to get some of the money back so we can put it back into farms, and also get a 300 sub, which is going to be your camo detection sub. Do it a little bit earlier than me. I kind of, you know, I was late on this and it was very close. It got down to 14 lives. Do it a little bit earlier than me, so don't be late on this thing, and just keep upgrading your farm. So that is the second farm going to 420, and this is farm number 3, again going to 420. So collect from your banks, don't forget to do that. Collect from them separately, don't collect together, so that you are not missing cash. And whenever you get this ability, which is Oben's Wall of Trees, you should also be using that, because that actually makes a little bit of extra money. So, you know, coming close to this tier 2 Bloonarius, I got 3 420 farms. I got the banks that we previously had, and I bought one more 320 farm, which is again absolutely unnecessary, but you know, it's not gonna make a lot of money, but I just bought it because I don't know why. So getting ready for tier 2 Bloonarius, this thing is gonna get melted in only a few rounds, but we need to get ready for that. So getting the tax zone, make sure to have this exact positioning that I have on the tax zone is very important. Because we want to have it reach on the top loop as well. And I'm going to buy this guy a 420 village. I'm going to get him a 420 alchemist. I sold the sub, by the way, because we have camo detection from the village now. And also I'm going to be selling some of my farms so that I could get the super brill. And I'm going to be selling the ninja to get the overclock. And also towards the end, just to be safe, I'm going to be getting one more 402 boomerang. And I think this is going to be a 420 alchemist, just to clear out these, you know, some of these ceramics and whatever is in the back. So overclocking our tax zone, and just look at this HP, you know, in combination with the super build, this thing is just gone. It's over. Look at this. But don't forget to farm. That's something that I'm also doing. So I bought a new 320 farm. Keep the overclock going on the tax zone, and then whenever Bloonarius pops, we're going to be selling a lot of our towers because we don't need them. So around 65, it only took us 5 rounds to beat this thing. And sell the ice tower, we don't need it anymore. Sell both of the boomerangs and the alchemist that was buffing them, and now we're going into 420 farms. So I'm gonna have to cut it here because there is absolutely nothing happening in the next, like, I think 13 rounds up until round 80. So I'm just gonna be buying 420 farms, and I'm gonna see you guys in a second. Okay, round 79. This is one of those things that you guys should not be doing, and that is buying 11 420 farms. You don't need 11 of these guys, but I just wanted to get them. That's being too greedy, and I'm almost gonna pay the price for this in this tier of Bloonarius, that is tier 3. That is absolutely something that you guys don't need, but again, I got the 11 in my Monkeyopolis. You're gonna be fine with, like, I guess with 6 or 7, well, 6 might be too low, but like 7 or 8 is completely 100% fine. So I got 11 in the Monkeyopolis, got a 420 village, and I'm gonna keep overclocking the farm because it makes more money like that. So something that I want to do now is I'm going to actually get an archmage. So this is going to be one of our sacrifices to the VTSG, and I want to get this guy because of a very specific reason. So whenever this tier of Bloonarius gets attacked, he releases ceramics. These are very strong ceramics, and I just wanted to have a tower that's going to clear everything out. So I'm getting this guy, but then going back to upgrading to the Banana Central. So getting the Banana Central, and I'm going to keep overclocking the farm, and now obviously getting ready for our temple, because that's usually how we deal with the third tier of Bloonarius, or the third stage, or however you want to call it. So our magic sacrifices are not going to be enough, so the archmage is about 45,000, I think. So I just threw in a 420 alchemist. That's going to be our magic sacrifices. I got a blue incineration mortar, which is aiming at the front, and that's very specific. That's for a very specific reason. That's because I want to have these rounds get popped as soon as possible, so that we get the benefit of the farms as soon as possible, right? Because each farm produces a set amount of cash, and if we wait for these balloons to get to the tax zone to get popped, that's a very long wait. And what did I get from the military sacrifices? I don't remember. but I actually don't remember what I got from military ones. But yeah, so getting our temple going and getting, you know, the usual stuff. I'm getting the 220 village, I'm getting the permabrew, a very value upgrade on the temple, and I'm getting the mad, getting the homeland defense ability, and now we're just gonna keep spamming everything, and just to make things go a little bit faster. Again, what you're seeing now on screen is sponsored by me being greedy. This is absolutely not how it's gonna go in your runs, because, and this is all happening because I had 11 farms in my Monkeyopolis. If I had bought my Monkeyopolis earlier in the 70s, this would have never happened. But again, so I got the Super Brill. That is going to be one of our primary sacrifices to the VTSG. I got the 250 glue, which also amplifies the damage to the Bloonarius. I got the 502 sniper, which is on strong, again amplifies the damage. And as you guys can see, this is kind of close. This is not what you want to see, but then again, again, those 11 farms, man, that's what's happening. That's what's up. So we got this tier of Bloonarius. I got a 025 farm, that's the Monkey Wall Street in the top corner. And now I'm just gonna keep spamming 420s, and I think I'm gonna buy a few 024s as well. So buying 420 farms, as many as I can fit. I think I'm just gonna sell some of these guys. Well, I think I'm gonna sell everything on the, almost everything on the right side. I'm gonna sell the Tag Zone, the Alchemist, and the Village because we don't need them. But for now, I'm just spamming these 420 farms. And again, this is the point where I'm over farming. There is no point for you guys to play like this. This is way too many farms, but I'm also, you know, I'm also kind of doing it with a little bit of a reason, and the reason is that, you know, to show you guys that even if you don't farm as much as me, you're still going to be able to get this, right? So 4th tier Bloonarius, here we go, just using the abilities, using everything that we've got. We're not going to fully pop the 4th tier Bloonarius with the towers that we currently have. We're going to need the VTSG for this thing. Well, we're going to use the VTSG for this thing, but let's just use the abilities, you know, just use the abilities, do as much damage as you can to this tier, and then when the time comes, we're going to upgrade to the VTSG. So I got my 5th tier Super Monkeys, that's the Legend of the Night. I'm just getting ready for the anti-bloon now, and meanwhile, while we wait, you know, I'm just clicking the abilities. I'm overclocking the temple so that we do as much damage as possible, using all of our abilities, and just waiting for the money at this point, because we have everything set down. We have all our farms, we have a ton of farms, we have, you know, everything's ready. We have all our sacrifices, so that's the permabrew. We have the village, the permabrew from the magic ones, the village from the support ones. We have the 501 ice and the 250 glue from the primary ones, and we have the mad, and we also have the 502 sniper, which is totally an overkill for the military sacrifices. So whenever we get the cash, which is going to be now, I'm just going to buy the VTSG, getting the range upgrade now. So we didn't get the range previously, and that's because we don't want to accidentally sacrifice something that you know is not meant to be sacrificed. Getting the permabrew, so 250 village, 501 permabrew. I'm getting the 502 sniper, which is going to go on strong. I'm getting the 250 glue and the Super Brill, and obviously the Mad, which does decently, and also like the Mad's ability, which there's some monkey knowledge that allows this ability to stun, so I like that thing a lot. Now, especially in these Bloonarius events, and there we go, this thing just melted. And now I'm getting ready for the Dart Paragon, and the Dart Paragon is gonna be right here. Okay, so that's where we're gonna have our Dart Paragon. As you guys already know, I'm just gonna mention it again. So the Paragons work in a way that you need to sacrifice a lot of money to it, but also the towers that are gonna get sacrificed, which are the darts, they also need to have a lot of pop so that you get a higher degree. So at this point, I bought a 500 Energizer sub. I upgraded the engineer to 050, so we get the ultra boost, and we keep using the ultra boost on the VTSG only. So not complicated at all, and I'm just spamming these dark monkeys, these free dark monkeys, and upgrading all of them to 042. Now my goal usually is to get a degree 40 or above on the Paragon, on the Dark Paragon, and that's the one I've been usually getting. I've been usually getting the Dark Paragon, which does an insane amount of DPS, by the way. And there we go. Just in a second, I'm going to show you guys that we have absolutely over farmed. I'm going to start selling my farms, and I'm just gonna get the Dark Paragon, and this thing is insane. At a certain point, I think I'm gonna click it, and that thing is going to have, I think, 5.5 million pops out of 10 million HP missing on the Bloonarius. That thing is just insane, and the higher the degree, obviously, you know, the more DPS it does. I'm just moving my super brilliant now. I'm moving it down. It was up in the top left corner. I'm just moving it down because that's where Bloonarius is right now. And now I'm getting a support temple just to speed things up. So you guys might already know how to make a support temple. You sacrifice over $50,000 worth of towers to the sun temple, and that's how you make a support temple. And after that you upgrade the range on it so that you don't want to sacrifice your VTSG, right? So you want to have the temple outside of the range, and then you buy the range so it starts affecting the VTSG. And there we go, that's all we're getting basically. So the end game setup is very simple, it's very clean. It's, you know, the usual towers that you see every time. It's the village, which we're spamming the ability. It's the engineer, the ultra boost, which we're buffing the VTSG with. It's the perma brew, you know, the 502 sniper, which is on strong. The mat, which is actually not doing that much DPS to this thing, to the last tier of Bloonarius, but why not? We just have him. We have the 250 glue gunner, and we have the 501 super villain, which I'm gonna move again soon to the top side because that's where Bloonarius is, and that's basically all you need. And of course the Dark Paragon, which I forgot to mention. So these things do a lot of damage, and obviously the problem is farming to them. But as you guys can see, we have, you know, 450,000, almost $500,000 of cash that we're not using. So, and we even popped this at like round 131, I think, or 132. I think it's gonna pop like right now. So there you go, that's how you beat this week's Bloonarius. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.